Hello, once again, dear viewers, and welcome back to another Moonflower Tarot reading. In today's reading, I'm going to be taking a look at your spirit guides or any guides that might be around you right now, any angels or messages from the divine for you specifically through spirit guides. We're just going to keep it open, but I'm mostly going to be taking messages from any spirit guides that are around you as for your soul's growth, your best interest, highest light, and possibly confirmation to those of you who are on the spiritual journey and just need a little extra help from time to time. I'm here for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Whether you're new or you've been here, thank you so much. You visiting this channel, liking and subscribing, commenting, anything you could do to help this channel is so much appreciated. And I keep on feeling like I want to say I'm here for you. So I want to repeat it. I am here for you. And a lot of your angels are actually here for you too. I also want to remind anyone here who's been here for a while or is new here, I do actually receive a lot of messages through music. So I will be linking any songs I receive in the description below. If it resonates with you, definitely check it out. But one of the first music cues I received as I was channeling the energy of this collective was the song. It's called Blue. I think it's Blue Moon. I will link it in the description below. But I can hear the melody. I don't quite know the words, but it's like da 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 da. Blue moon, blue moon. Yeah, so right off the bat, that might be either significant for you, a sign of a spirit guide, maybe even a grandmother for some of you. Might have That might have been her favorite song. I just heard that. There's definitely a lot of feminine energy, motherly energy, but also protective energy, because I am feeling you do have a lot of spirit guides that are protecting you right now. Archangel Michael came to mind. Another angel that came in like right off the bat was Archangel Jophiel. She is the angel who rules over beauty, happiness, joy, art, creativity. And she did depict herself as this very golden energy. In fact, the citrine stone was shown in my mind's eye when relating to her. So if you work with angels or have been looking to work with angels more, Archangel Jophiel might be around you to reconnect you with your creativity, your inner child, and maybe even heal wounds. Also, like a blue violet flame, I associate with Michael and Sandalphon. Candle magic might be something that's working for you or will work for you, or you work with candle magic. If you want to work with Jophiel, she's saying light um, a yellow candle, a sunflower scented candle, or something to do with sunflowers, definitely for you. But now that I tapped into this energy, let me get some more information about some of the angel spirit guides around you. Yeah, so that definitely feminine energy. That's why this is the Queen of Wands. I'm also seeing the Ace of Wands in my mind's eye. So definitely your spirit guides, your angels are incentivizing you or inciting you to tap into that more childlike creative energy that almost it feels like a divine feminine but also masculine force of will. And that's what we do when we tap into our creative aspects, is we are birthing something into creation, but there's also a masculine element of the action of creation. It isn't just the Empress energy of receiving from the divine after we planted the seeds. It's more of the active part of participating in co-creating with the divine. I'm seeing an artist taking a paintbrush and splattering paint on a blank canvas. Um, actually, I saw an image from the movie. Uh, uh, what is it? The Princess Diaries. Was that Anne Hathaway? Yeah, I think that was Anne Hathaway, Princess Diaries, because I believe her mother was an artist who did art like that, and she lived in a uh, uh, re um, rebuilt like fire station place. If you know the movie, you know. But I just got that image of a scene where the mother of the mother of Mia was splattering paint on a canvas, and she Anne Hathaway was up in her room just doing her thing. Okay, you get the drill. It feels like you need to reconnect with that side of you, that high priestess energy, that princess energy. Whether you identify as male or female, it doesn't matter. We are all princesses. That's what Princess Diaries 2 taught us. We are all princesses. We're all royalty. So be a prince and princess, because in this new timeline, I believe that. Oh, okay, that came in. There's a new timeline. Your spirit guides, your higher self, and the angels are assuring you into. They're actually helping you enter in, and that's why they're around you. That came in very clearly. See, when I start clear channeling, it just comes through. So your spirit guides are specifically here to help you enter into a new timeline, but through connecting with your inner child and that spiritual nature of creating with the divine and any sort of creative energy. And it doesn't have to be like painting. It doesn't have to be a creative work where you are making something artistically. It could be something as easy as cooking. I'm also seeing word working. You might be a writer in college. Uh, Copywriting. I'm also seeing, I was going to say woodworker, but word working came out. So you might be doing both. But I was seeing a carpenter. I was seeing actually Ron Swanson, because he kind of has that. If you don't know who Ron Swanson is, it's a character from Parks and Recreation. So I was getting this image of a man standing at a woodworking table, basically, and he looked like Ron Swanson. But that is a form of creative energy. I mean, carpentry, architecture, um, writing, just talking with someone is a form of creation, because you're basically building a bond with someone. It's I um I I perceive the art of creation as this extension of your own soul and spiritual being put into another person or an object or something that is being released into the world. I don't know how to say it. I'm having a hard time finding words for it right now, but it's basically the art of connecting with someone can be a form of creation, forming a relationship, forming a bond. That's being being able to bring something from source into the real world or the physical plane. It's any way that we are that bridge is a method of co-creating with the universe. How we walk down the street, who we talk to is a form of co-creation. I mean, let's put it this way. Like the world is a stage and we are actors in a play. And we can act true to ourselves and true to nature of who we are and bring light into the world, or we can go down a more destructive path, wearing a mask and not wanting to be ourselves. And either way, it's a form of collaborating with the divine. And that's what I think I needed to have come through to you. If some of you feel like, well, I'm not artistic, this isn't for me. Well, you are creating. Every breath you take is a form of creation, because that is just you existing. You are creating even as you speak, even as you interact with people. And watching this video, you are collaborating with the universe, you know? So I feel like I want to say you're here for a reason, and I'm here for you. If you need any extra help and support, definitely talk with your spirit guides, ancestors, or angels. Like I said, I feel a lot of feminine presence around you, along with Archangel Michael, but a grandmother might be a significant influence on you that is working on you from the spirit realm. And spirit told me that this is your energy right now that I'm tapping into, This Four of Swords is definitely, I'm also seeing the Four of Wands in my mind's eye. So you might be wanting to reconnect with your ancestor, soul family, tribe, or, people you want to meet in the real world and form connections with, which is a form of collaboration and creating with the universe, creating a relationship with someone that you might want to build a family or just build better friendships. And I'm getting the sense you feel like it's too late in life to do so. And what I'm going to tell you right off the bat, like it's never too late to form friendships. The only time it's too late is when you're is when you've died. And even then, I mean, I can't even say that with confidence because I'm going to give you a little anecdote. Like it's never too late to make friends. We during each cycle of our life, we always find ways to make friends. And so I have memories from the lives I lived between incarnations in which I was actually in a spiritual realm sort of place. My human mind can comprehend it, but spirit depicted the spiritual realm as this space between spaces where there was both living and dead people there because our souls and our spirits don't die. We go on and we're timeless. We live outside space and time. We are anchored into our bodies, our physical vessels through our brain and experience and memories connected to this world. And sometimes, certain wounds can keep us trapped here, but the physical memories exist in a soul space. Let's call it that. I viewed myself in between lifetimes in a soul space where I connected with people and made friendships, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go into this lifetime, do you want to be pals there? And then we meet each other like 40-50 years later. Like I'm not that old now, but I just want to say there were lifetimes where I met souls, or I do meet souls between realms and say, do you want to be friends? Because I think I still do that to this day. If that's a gift or ability you have or waking up to, if you dream and you see yourself, or you can like astral project yourself, or if you meditate and you can visualize yourself in between like in a soul space spirit realm. I don't know how to describe it, but if you can actually form connections with people before you meet them in the physical world. I oftentimes dream of people I'm either about to meet, and it's not forcing a connection with someone you know or don't know. It's collaborating with the universe by going up into the source of all creation and saying, hey, I could use this help or this friendship in my life. And it's a form of manifestation. But, I'm hearing actually some of you need help releasing trauma bonds, and you might be forcing connections, which is reestablishing trauma bonded relationships. So there are two sides to that whole collaborating with the universe. I do want to say, for transparency, it could go both ways because, when I want to meet new people, I'm meeting them based on my current energy and my current sensibility as a person. And a few years ago, when I hadn't cleared a lot of my own wounds surrounded trauma bonded relationships, I ended up basically back in the same types of relationships with people where it was one way. But internally, I hadn't done the work to process, that I needed to set boundaries or that I needed to establish my needs being met. And the people I was in relationship with couldn't hold space for me when I had needs come up or wants. It was just not a two-way thing. And once I did the work to process that and grieve that, it's aligning with people who are more my wavelength is what I am trying to do. But I do have to be aware that as much as I contribute into a relationship, I have to understand that there are certain patterns I might fall into with people pleasing and that need to be checked, and certain types of behavior with setting boundaries and not giving too much of my energy away. It's a work in progress, and I think some of you might be needing that too. There might be a rest that needs to be. You might need to rest in between relationships is what I'm seeing. I'm keep hearing the word trauma bonded. You might have had relationships where it was connected by a thread of emotional manipulation or pain or anger or despair. And if you're freeing yourself from that now, that's good. You're on it ascending to a new timeline, and you have a lot of people protecting you and reconnecting you to your inner joy and light and rekindling that flame in you. So definitely, I'm hearing enjoy this time while it lasts, because once you move forward, you're going to meet a lot of new connections that are going to be very new to you, but also very good for you. And if Spirit's highlighting this time in your life, it's a good idea to take that time of mental rest, to gain clarity, to get to know yourself better. Because once you move into these new relationships that are good for you and true for you, you might not have a lot of time alone anymore, or you might miss parts of your old life where you had those moments of downtime. But it feels like if you do enter into new relationships, it's going to go by very quickly, but also smoothly. It's just about reestablishing within these partnerships and your own inner sense to set boundaries early and often. That's the main thing that is coming up. Um, so I'm gonna look into any advice these spirit guides have for you. It feels like these spirit guides aren't really saying who they are to you, and I'm clear channeling. So, um, and I think it makes sense. They just really want to give you direct guidance, and maybe you know them and they know you well enough. I don't really need to reestablish that. Yeah, I feel like most of you, or at least some of you who don't know them, might just need to reconnect with them, or you might be able to reconnect with the angels I mentioned in this video. Um, okay, I was told I need to put them up, right? Okay, cool beans, we're good. So that's so yeah, so it's gonna move very quickly once you establish. Okay, that's funny. This is kind of reconfirming what I said, and I love when I do that. I jump ahead of myself time and time. So the advice these spirit guides and angels have for you. I heard the phrase "grandmother willow" from Pocahontas. Listen to your heart; you will understand. Um, and I also got another song. It was the song from the end credits of Mulan. You might like Disney or princess movies because princesses keep coming up a lot. Yeah, you might be actually a princess, or maybe in a past life you were royalty. But like I said, it doesn't matter if what your gender is. You are all princes and princesses and non-gender conforming beings who are living this life, and you are very special and you are very sacred. And I just want to say, you are seen. Your spirit guides want you to know that. I want you to know that because I see you here. I get it. I understand how difficult it is to get through a trauma bond relationship. And if you already know this, and I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, it takes a long time to get through it and heal from that. And that's okay. Keep reminding yourself that you are a precious being and you deserve the time and energy to get through this. You know, um, so I got actually specifically a worship song. If some of you are Christian and you resonate with that, I will link the song I received below. And if some of you aren't and you're triggered by that, just disregard it. Basically, I heard the song "Creating Me a Clean Heart," and the line that came up was "Cast me not away from thy presence, O Lord, renew a right spirit in me." Um, yeah, restore unto me the joy of thy salvation. So there's this need for self forgiveness too. Moving on, I think Spirit wants me to look at the Eight of Wands um, thing. Okay, so things that are true for you are going to resonate with your heart clearer than things that aren't. Even sometimes if truth hurts, but you know the truth, it will actually feel right. It's like Spirit said it will feel like a ping in your heart, and I don't know what that means. It might be like a like a ping, like a text. Like I'm hearing you might actually be hearing from someone anonymously some information or news about something that you sort of left a long time ago. What is this regarding Spirit? News about a relationship, because Spirit showed me the Two of Cups. Um, Archangel Sandalphon is also here. An angel of music, divine messages. So there's a lot about messages coming in. Um, she wants you to know there's a lot going on with divine timing with you. These spirit guides, angels, and angel messengers are with you to help you through this process, whatever you're dealing with, especially if, like I said in the beginning, you're switching timelines. Energetic shifts are not easy to go through. They're not easy to clear, but once they do clear, you feel like a brand new person, but you might not know you're a brand new person. And that's the beauty of doing a lot of energy work. It's when you're in the middle of it, you notice the change. When the change is done and gone, you just are living a new life. And that's why I refer to these shifts in energy and doing a lot of, like, I'm going to say spirit magic, if, if that resonates for you, doing magic of the spirits and controlling your energy and shifting it in such a way to align to a new paradigm. I refer to it as growing pains because if you've ever had these growing up, like when you're hitting this growth spurt in between adolescence and being a teenager, and you see this a lot with both boys and girls, but like, I would get really bad pain in my legs, and it was because it's like your body is readjusting, and I would feel it. But when you go from being like 4'8" to 5'9" or something, you don't really notice the change until it's done. I mean, you feel it, you definitely feel the change. You notice everyone around you noticing it. But when you reach that peak height of going from one place to another and you fully reached like as high as you're going to go, and your body is changed and the energy taken to do that change has run its course, because when you're in the middle of changing and recovering from anything, your body is processing a lot of that, and you're tired, you're exhausted, you're angry, you're hormonal, you're moody, because your body is going through so much. Like, so much is transpiring there energetically and spiritually. It's everything has to shift and change, and some of it dramatically. And then you're this new person. It's like, oh, I've always been this tall. I've always wear this size shoes, or I've always been this way. And it's like, no, you didn't realize that just 2 or 3 years ago, you were this tiny little teeny bopper, and all of a sudden you hit this growth spurt. So that is kind of what I'm hearing for you, is to take time with this spiritual growth spurt, because inside you are aligning with a higher frequency and a higher timeline and higher spiritually aligned people and beings. And I'm hearing some of you might be a star seed. I've been tapping into a specific star seed collective lately. So I don't know if that's just my own spirit guides mixing with me, but you might also identify with them. And I'm just going to say it's a Pleiadian star seed. So the Pleiades, aspects of the Pleiades, that's why like flowers, fae, spirit magic, magic in general, alchemy has been entering into a lot of my readings. I think most of you might need to hear this if you're newly awakening, and I could say it now. The Pleiades might be an interesting star seed origin to read up on that might be true to you. Just take it as it resonates, but I'm hearing like the name of one of the deities from that starseed origin, and I cannot repeat it to you, unfortunately, because I had my own personal connection with there. I was sort of like a priestess in the Pleiadian cluster. Let me just say to you, apparently I can say that. I am allowed to say that now. Thank you for being here. I was a priestess in the Pleiadian star cluster before our souls had to kind of jump ship and move on. So that has been going on too. That might be happening in your energy. And right now it's okay to rest. The amount of energy it takes to transform your spirit, the very nature of your soul, that's a lot. That's like going from like adolescence to being a teenager. It's a lot. So you're going to have a little bit of that, like, energy about you're gonna have that vibe of being an angry, angsty, hormonal teenager, but spiritually that just means you're evolving. It means your physical body is trying to keep up with what's transpiring within and underneath the surface, and that's okay. Give yourself credit, because I'm hearing you feel like you're losing a lot more than you're gaining, but the thing is the quality of what you're gaining is much better and more aligned with you than what you lost, because you could be surrounded by like 10 people in a room who have done nothing but hurt you your whole life. I hate to say that. That came up. Excuse me. Um, but I'm not gonna make an excuse for clear channeling. You could be surrounded by a whole bunch of toxic, like narcissistic, like air, mushroom people your entire life who just emit spores and make you feel sick. Like, would you rather be surrounded by 10 of those people or have like three close people in your inner circle who do nothing but just bring joy to your life and align with you and make you feel happy and safe? And I think that this is a time to both maybe grieve what you might have lost, but also consider what you're letting in as higher quality. Like, it's about quantity over quality, because the quality of it in a spiritual and energetic sense is so much more than the quality of the quantity, if that makes sense. Because it's all about energy. And in terms of alchemy, we talk about equivalent exchange, but equivalent exchange isn't just of the physical being of the material world, it's of the energetic world. It's mind, body, and soul. So when you let go of a person who is no good for you in a one-sided relationship, you could bring in a new person who's better for you. But also consider, if you let go of 10 people who are equally as bad to you and only bring in two, those 10 people could be not only equal, but like the two could be better than the 10 is what I'm getting at. Like, if you had 10 people who were bad for you and you let go of them and two new people come in, those two new people are infinitely better than the 10 who are bad to you. Just one person who was ever bad to you in your life, was wrong for you, who mistreated you, letting them go is infinitely better than being surrounded by anyone who mistreats you. And as long as you love yourself, you are more than equal to the people you let go. And I hope that makes sense. If any of you are alchemists or understand this type of law of attraction, equivalent and exchange, if it makes sense to you, what I want to say is it might feel on the surface like I lost this many things, but what you have to gain is higher quality and lasts a longer time and is energetically aligned with you. You don't have to worry about anything from now on in this new timeline. You've done the inner work. You align with yourself. There will be this one constant in your life, and that's you. You remain true to you. You remain in love with you. You remain connected to the universe and the understanding of universal and unconditional love. And anything that might be familiar to you that might be popping up right now, your spirit guides want you to know, or at least warn you, that that's okay. That means you have stuff that's clearing out and that's doing one more like go through. Like, the floodgates are open, abundance and love and joy are coming into your life right now. And your spirit guides are helping you with that, because every once in a while when you open floodgates, stagnant water comes through with it. But then you get to a point where you have clear running water, where all the trash and garbage is it's eliminated from your system, but it has to kind of interact with you first before it leaves. So if you, I hate to refer to people as garbage, but holy crow, the garbage needs to move from your system. What I'm going to say is the people weren't garbage. What they did to you might have been, or it was not good for your soul. It was not, you were allergic to what they did. Okay, and a song came to mind. Called Sade in the 90s by Queen. How do you pronounce her name? I'll link it in the description below. I'm going to butcher it. But basically one of the lines is, I'm allergic to the bullshit. I'm going to link that below. Yeah, I'm hearing definitely check out the songs in the description. Some of you might actually be musicians. I'm seeing someone play the violin, someone play the piano, someone playing a saxophone. I heard harpsichord. You might have been classical or interested in classical music or studied it, or maybe even music majors in either maybe, or you studied it in college and high school. Definitely tap into that, rekindle that connection with your love and passion for music. And that's something that might have come from your family. So if you had a grandmother and she liked a certain type of music, listen to that. That will help I'm hearing the word rekindling. Rekindle that connection, spark that light in you, light that candle, light that flame. There's this need for joy and happiness in your life. So bring that in. And these moves you're making spiritually, energetically, or even physically on this new timeline, it's just going to happen very quickly. And as long as you stay true to you and stand in your truth, no matter what comes through, as you are moving on to this higher frequency and timeline, it's just going to pass through you. It will just happen naturally. You are not in alignment with them. They're just going to end up leaving your life, leaving your inner circle, divine intervention, protection from the higher realms, and um, your own inner frequency will protect you. Like your body and your soul are protecting itself. So don't worry if some of the people who are you're trying to let go of enter into your life as you have people new to you coming in. It just there's nothing to worry about. It just means that you are in this transitional stage and solidifying into a better, higher frequency with more connected relationships. So that's some of the advice your spirit guides are offering for you today and what they have to say to you about what's happening behind the scenes. Any inner work you might be doing right now is definitely paying off and they're planting a seed. And if you identify with starseeds or Pleiadian starseeds, please, let me know in the comments if you want me to do a starseed reading again, because I did those early on. If you are moving on from something, a next chapter of your relationship, it's going to be very healthy. You're going to be very happy with these connections you make or career, finances. It's going to feel very new to you, but it's going to spark something in you that's basically like relighting your life, rekindling your life, sowing the seeds you planted. So thank you so much for tuning in once again to your viewers. I wish you the best of luck on this journey. And again, I am here for you. Please continue to tune into these readings. I really, really appreciate all the support you've been giving me. And have a nice day.